cut it at 3.
Okay.
Welcome to the Biz4Good Show, where we highlight misfits, outcasts, and renegades for the being good and doing good movement. We spotlight people that are changing the world by having integrity and honesty and creating an environment of connection, thus showing the true secret to success and creating a life of greater impact. So come on board and create your own Biz4Good life.
Welcome, people, to the Biz4Good Show! Welcome to the Biz4Good Show. I am your host, Glen James. I almost got through my name correctly that time. Glen James, along with the Ryan Pilkington. Ladies and gentlemen, the Ryan Pilkington is with us today for episode 99. And we have, of course, an amazing guest today.
That's right.
Tell us about it.
He's mentabulous.
He is absolutely mentabulous. One of our great mentabulous friends here, AJ Wilcox.
Yeah, he's all right.
He's crazy.
And he's very humble, too. He is Crayley. He is awesome, Crayley.
Crayley mentabulous AJ Wilcox.
The Crayley mentabulous AJ Wilcox.
And we're on episode 99. I know everyone's singing back in their head the Prince song.
Like it's 1999. You remember 1999? He played at the
at that place.
The New York thing.
At the thing.
At the New York
ball
thing.
dropping?
Yeah, the ball dropping. Yeah, I remember going, wow, that's weird.
He wrote that song just so he could have that moment.
That's right.
And he did.
I don't know.
We all need to just write songs about like 2040s.
Yeah, 20.
Just so I can have a reunion.
like it's
like
2040. It's not as good. It's not as good. 2029. Now 20 just doesn't
work.
ring like 19. It just doesn't.
But AJ has petitioned for episode 100, so maybe when we release this, it might be 100.
Yeah, really?
I don't know.
No, we go in line. It's 99, dude. I'm sorry.
Okay, sorry,
Hey,
AJ.
you shoot for the moon, and if you fail, you land among the stars. To land on episode 99, not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad at all.
AJ is the coolest dude ever.
Yeah.
He really is. Thank you for being on the show, AJ. You are a rock star.
I'm so excited to be here. I'm a fan ever since episode 1.
Wow. And that, coming from somebody as cool and awesome as AJ, that really humbles me and makes me honored. So thank you.
You are most welcome.
Awesome. Yeah, we're on episode 99. Become a lead gen god.
Become a lead gen god with AJ Wilcox. He brings the sound effects. Awesome. Okay, that's it. He's going to be a guest host all the time.
There you go.
Of course, he's jet setting all over the world. So
Jet setting.
never get it. But I'm supposed to say stuff now. That's right. Welcome to the Biz4Good Show, ladies and gentlemen. Two fun, adventurous entrepreneurs sharing the experiences of the real secret to success in business, doing all things with a be good, do good mindset. There is so much bad noise in the world. Let's fight against the noise and flood the world with the good.
Hashtag good against the noise.
Hashtag good against the noise. Hashtag good against the noise. Find us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all those cool places. Insta. We love our Insta people. Insta. I love those people. They're crazy. They're Crayley.
We got some reviews that came in. So we want to thank our fans out there and AJ for being a fan.
And our other fans that have fanned out.
Fan.
You know, it's really cool. Every once in a while, it's just cool when somebody comes up and goes, dude, I don't miss a show. I love it. Keep up the good work. And it's nice. It's nice to know that people say, and I've said this before, dude, this is a blast and it's fun. If 2 freaking people listen to the show, I'd still be doing this.
Yeah.
As I freaking love it.
But to know that something that started with 2 guys in a room around a microphone is affecting lives, it's incredible.
Oh.
Like the impact that you have on real lives.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know, and we did it just because I say this all the time. I thought being good in business was a no-brainer. And I'm realizing we have a responsibility to shout from the rooftops because it's not a no-brainer, unfortunately. There are a lot of businesses out there that don't focus on the good that they can do, and they're missing out. They're really missing out. Yeah.
Yeah, we were just talking about a vendor relationship versus a partnership.
Yeah, it's two totally different things. When you care about the people you do stuff for, you've got loyal fans. You don't just have somebody that buys your stuff. Yeah. Oh, Builderall to Millions.com. Ladies and gentlemen, we have searched far and wide for the best digital marketing tool that we could find. We always talk about sales funnels and websites and emailers and phone apps and all that stuff. And there's all these different tools out there. Which one do you use? Guess what? You use one. It's called Builderall. Builderall to Millions.com.
So you can design a website, you can do ClickFunnels, you can do...
Sales funnels. ClickFunnel is the name of another company.
Sales funnel. Excuse me.
Russell's going to come after us.
I love you, ClickFunnels.
Yeah, but not as much as Builderall. Sorry. Builderall to Millions.com. That's Builderall, T-O, Millions with an S.com.
And you have a chance to be an affiliate, too, if you'd like to.
Click on the affiliate link.
That's right.
Ka-chow.
All right.
Thanks for reminding me about that commercial.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we sit in the office here when we're not recording, and we're talking about Builderall to Millions.
And we're all excited about it. We're like, cool, cool. And then somebody said, are you talking about that on your show? And me and Ryan are looking at each other like,
No.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
Probably talk about it.
Because we love it. We love it. Okay.
So we're going to
Did I
throw
get
down
to
on
everything?
AJ. We're going to throw down the Google Challenge.
The Google
In
Challenge.
this corner,
Ladies
Weighing
and
in
gentlemen,
at 0 pounds.
Google.com. And in this corner, ladies and gentlemen, AJ Wilcox.
I love you, Daddy.
Adrian.
All right.
Okay,
Wow,
what's
that
the
was
question?
Best Google Challenge intro ever.
It's because of AJ's energy, man. He's got such good mojo.
So we've been talking with AJ about lead generation because he is heavily involved with this in LinkedIn.
I say you put that in right there.
How to become a lead guy.
Yeah, become a lead gen god and see what Google has to say about that.
Yeah. Does he? Do you know what Google Challenge?
yes.
Oh, he's listening.
I'm just making.
He knows.
It's a quick.
And as always, we will be putting in Google right now, and we're going to give the third page a big shot at this because, that's sad that nobody goes to the third page. We did have somebody on the show the other day that went down to the 12th page to try and find a client. And he said the client was even getting bored trying to find himself. And it's like, yeah, dude, you need some assistance.
So we have a bunch of ads at the top.
Yeah, we
of the
skipped the
page.
ads. We know the ads are... Oh, there we go. Using Twitter.
Ooh,
Twitter against LinkedIn, ladies and gentlemen.
Double Google.
What's the next one down? Let's just be curious. Using Nextdoor to generate high-quality leads. Oh, that sounds... Maybe should we go with the Twitter one?
Yeah, let's do the Twitter one. I know WordStream.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
No, yeah.
Did you just click on it, Ryan?
I think I did.
Do
I'll
it
try again.
It's going. It's thinking about it. Okay, here we are, ladies and gentlemen.
Step-by-step guide to using Twitter ad for lead gen.
A step-by-step guide to using Twitter ads for lead gen. Okay, what is it? We need to see more. Let's hit just.
Is that why you're repeating?
Yeah, that's just. I don't know. I repeat you all the time,
know.
right? Whatever you say is cool. So
You're
I want
my
to say
shadow.
it again.
You're my shadow.
A step-by-step guide to using Twitter ads for lead gen. We've already said that.
I know.
Lead versus engagement. Using Twitter ads for lead generation is all about strategy. Those needy teenager ads you see are based on the metric of high engagement. They're asking for attention because the more attention they get, the more successful they are considered. These ads could drive tons of user interaction and be a great tool for solidifying brand awareness. What do you think? How do you think about
Leads
that? What do you
versus
think about
engagement.
that? Just at a first piece. Let's give you a shot.
All right, I just got to say on this one, Twitter is really hard to use for
Teen.
Well-
no.
I think Twitter is really difficult to use for lead generation, especially in B2B, because it wasn't built for it. It was built for engagement around what's interesting to people right now. That's why they do so great in the media. And so I feel like this article was something that they probably wrote because they needed an article on it, not necessarily because Twitter is amazing for this.
This is good. This may be our first dissing the crap out of Google. So go ahead.
Well,
what's the next thing? Or not dissing, but
but
just
challenge.
Destroying them. Destroying
shredding.
it. Yeah, it's shredding it.
Whoa.
Follow me.
Whoa.
Wow.
The bird is giving us
wow. Take that. I think it's telling us to kiss its butt. I'm thinking that it knew that it was full of crap and is like, we don't care. So how Twitter ads work. In order to better explain the strategies I'm going to recommend, I'll briefly cover how Twitter ads platform works. Yeah. How does it work? Is it worth using?
It can be. I think definitely in B2C, it does great. I play mainly in business to business, where Twitter just doesn't have the right data around it. And it doesn't have enough volume because they don't have the right data. So Twitter works great on B2C, where they know what you're talking about.
With people.
Yeah.
Is that the same thing with Instagram? Isn't it kind of, or does Instagram have a base of B2B?
Yeah, I
Can
think,
you do B2B with the Instagram?
So Instagram is owned by Facebook. So when you're advertising on Instagram, you can use whatever Facebook is using. Facebook does have a few targeting facets like job title and company size. So you can use it for B2B, but it's not fantastic for it. It's a little hard to scale as well.
Right. Okay, because we're going to get into the nitty gritty. Hey, Ryan, what are you doing?
I'm listening to AJ Wilcox.
Leave it alone. Twitter ads.
Twitter ads
lead
for lead generation, targeting and pricing.
Okay. In order to implement a successful lead gen campaign, Twitter, the two key elements you will want to put great deal of focus on are the targeting and subsequent pricing. Again, you think not so?
That's actually pretty good advice. Yeah, I think the one thing I would add there, they're talking about keyword targeting and handle targeting. Part of keyword targeting, probably the most important part, is a hashtag, because the way I like to use Twitter ads is to target anyone who attended an event who used
With
the
that hashtag.
Then you know they were at that event, and so you can show them ads that are related to the subject matter of the conference or the event.
See, he's a genius. He's a lead gen god, is what that guy is. Right
That's
there.
right.
Yep.
How engagement relates to cost.
Like everything, I swear that's got to be. If you are new to this process, you might be thinking, why don't I just select as many handles related to my audience as possible? Here's why. That's a very easy way to burn through your budget really quickly and have very few conversions. I mean, isn't that what people think, that as long as I throw a crap load of money at it, eventually I'll get some people?
Yeah, I think I talk to a lot of people who, when they're trying to define who their audience is, they're thinking on the outer fringes, like, how can I build this audience so everyone possible that could be my customer is going to be in there? And I like to think a lot more targeted. Realize that there are people on the outer fringes who may be good customers, maybe, but instead go right for the core, right for the heavy middle, where you know, like, these are the exact right customers. So I actually really agree with that advice.
Yeah, and the interesting thing is people get caught up in that, but I don't want to give up these people. It's like, you're not giving up these people because you're targeting these. The people will find you when you target your niche and the ones that you really connect with you. That doesn't mean you're not going to do for everybody else.
Exactly. And you probably don't have enough budget to reach everyone in your core anyway.
I'm like Walmart. I could use, everybody could use. Yeah, well, Margaret, what is Walmart's advertising budget? Millions upon millions? Anyway. Yeah, that's a good one. Oh my gosh, they got some great pictures in there. Dude, that's awesome.
So there's a lot more on this ad. You can go to WordStream.
Yeah, we'll put it on Facebook, right?
Yep.
You want to put it in Slack, dude, and Ileana can put it on the page. People want to check that out.
Check it.
Okay, what's your advice though? Because we just asked how to be a lead gen god. What's your quick answer?
So I think I'd break it into business to business versus business to consumer. So wherever you land, I've got separate advice here. If you are business to business, LinkedIn ads make a ton of sense, but because they're pretty expensive, it means you've got to have a pretty large lifetime value to make it worthwhile. So if your lifetime value of a customer isn't over about, say, 15 grand, then Facebook is probably the best place to go there. They can't do amazing things in B2B, but you can get pretty dangerous. If you're in B2C, your product is probably costs a lot less, unless you're selling cars. Probably costs a lot less than these business to business types of deals. So you can pretty much use anything out there that hasn't priced itself out for you. So if Google Ads is too expensive, try Bing. If Bing Ads is too expensive, then you probably have to stay social. So take a look at Facebook, take a look at Instagram, maybe even Snapchat.
Interesting. So Google Ads and Bing ads are still valuable. I mean, they're a little more expensive, right? I mean, as far as
it depends on what you're talking about. So here's what those channels do really well, because we'll call them search channels. Google and Bing ads, you target by the keyword. So you can say, hey, if I'm selling HR software, I'm going to bid on the keyword HR software so that when people search that and that when they're actively looking for me, then they'll find me. So that's what those search channels do really well, is they capture the interest, the intent right now. You're looking for something
But
right
is
now.
that then what goes up at the top that says ad?
Yeah, yep, exactly.
But we skip those so much.
Yep, and all Google needs, because they have billions of searches every day. All they need is for 3% of the clicks that happen on that
work.
page to hit those ads.
Every once in a while, I'll click an ad. Every once in a while.
And I try to avoid them because I am a marketer and I try to save people money. Like if I know I'm not serious, then I'm probably not going to click the ad. But most people don't. Most people are not.
Right. You're thinking, oh, see, there's a B for G right there.
Yeah.
I don't want to cost the click that it's going to take them for me to just fart with the
That's
look at
right.
that. That's awesome, dude. And that's cool that you're thinking that way. That mindset is just awesome.
And Google's got enough money. It's not like they need some more. So
There you
Right.
go. Awesome. Well, I think hands down, AJ wins completely on that.
For sure.
Yeah. And the winner is from what is it called in boxing? Majority split decision. No, that's not it. What is it called?
Totally knocked it out of the park.
Knockout. Yes.
Knockout.
Knockout.
TKO.
TKO. AJ Wilcox. Be a Legion God. .com. Yeah, well, you should get that. BeALegiongod.com.
I'm going right after this.
Yeah, do it. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
So we need to know more a little bit about AJ.
Yes.
Right?
Let's get the listeners
a little
to actually
dirt on me. No, just-
find out about AJ.
All right, I've got a funny, embarrassing story moment for you.
Perfect.
Oh,
All right.
well, I was going to read your bio.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But if you want to embarrass yourself now,
Oh.
you know what? Read the bio first so they realize who they're listening to. Then I'll embarrass myself.
yeah.
I think that works.
Okay, it's all good. AJ Wilcox is a longtime digital marketer who fell in love with the LinkedIn ads platform in 2011. He founded B2linked.com
B2linked.com.
in 2014, which specializes in LinkedIn ads accounts management, training, and consulting. Since then, he has managed hundreds of accounts and combined $110 million in ad spend on the network.
$110 million in ad spend. I used to say, I knew a friend that was $1 million in debt, and I said, you know what? I think that's success. If you can get $1 million in debt, to me, that's pretty successful. And if you can pull out of it, hey, that would be good too. But
Someone trusted you enough to hand you $1 million.
exactly,
at some point.
I'm thinking you got to be something. You got to know something to get $1 million from somebody. Anyway, go ahead, Ryan.
No problem.
I just busted that one up.
Just throw me off my kilter. He has worked directly with several of LinkedIn's top 10 accounts. AJ's entrepreneurial journey is deeply rooted in his faith. After he was fired from his last job, he was offered multiple job opportunities. He prayed to God to figure out what he should do, and the answer was to turn them all down and start his own business. And he's never looked back.
Never looked back.
Never looked back.
Never looked back?
No.
Was it ever hard?
Getting fired was the best thing that has ever happened to me. Well,
This sounds so familiar.
It does sound
yeah,
familiar.
I have to say, after meeting my wife, then
Okay, yeah,
and
there's
maybe,
that one.
That's
Maybe
a
each of
better
my 4
preference.
children, maybe. But
that's-
after that, getting fired was great. Yeah.
So many people that has happened to where it was actually a blessing.
Yeah.
Because it moved them to do something great.
And I definitely wouldn't have started something if I didn't have that pain of, oh crap, what do I do now?
Yeah. Yeah. I actually was in the same boat. It's a powerful motivator. and it's powerful because I saw in the industry I was in, I saw 12 different layoffs in the time I was with my company for 8 years. 12 layoffs in 8 years.
Ooh, that's
I mean, it was
painful.
crazy. We were all playing Survivor, and the person that won got to lock the door. And I remember thinking, there is no such thing as safety in a job. If you create your own business, yeah, you can fail, but at least it's up to you.
Yeah, you've got the control.
Up to you. Yeah.
Not to mention you have unlimited upside. And
Exactly.
the downside
there's no limit.
Yeah.
When you own your business.
And of course, the downside is you go and find another job somewhere.
Exactly. Oh my gosh, people, get out and start a side business or something.
And if you've run your own business, that makes you so much more valuable as an employee too. So it's not like it's going to be hard to find another job if you fail.
absolutely.
So entrepreneurship for the win.
Yeah, I love it. That's it, people.
Yeah. Now we can talk about that embarrassing story.
All right, got a good one.
Curious now.
When I was in second grade, my hormones were starting to, get out there a little bit. I was noticing women. Don't know why at second grade, but that's fine. My aunt took
Raging
me.
hormones in second grade.
That's right. When my aunt took me to a water park in California, and I was noticing that the lifeguard was really hot for some reason, and so I was like got my eye on that girl. I mean, she's 8 times my age, maybe, but yeah, hot lifeguard. So I'm going down this slide, and it was one of those ones that was like a little bit rough, and so you go down with a piece of carpet under you. I thought I was cool enough that I didn't need the carpet, so I went down.
Carpet.
Everything. A carpet must have been cheaper than, I don't know, a life raft or something. But I went down. Everything was fine. It was a really fun slide. So
I
went
have
up
a
to go
feeling
again.
what is fixing to happen.
Yep. I get down, and I'm talking to my aunt, and I see people around me snickering and pointing to me, and I'm like, what is going on? And then I see the lifeguard start laughing openly at me, and I look down and I see that the slide tore the back of my swimsuit off. So I am this boy showing his moon to the world. I still have not recovered from that moment.
I think if you would have
that's
let
a
go of
pretty
the
good-
carpet
What
thing.
did you get a towel? What did?
Yeah. My aunt rushed to hand me a towel, which was great. And then the day was over because my swimsuit no longer worked. So you don't get to keep going down slides.
I would have jumped back in the pool.
Tie it with a towel. Doesn't work very good to go down the
No.
stairs.
Jump back in the pool.
Just go wading in the pool with your
Can't
bottom
see
hanging out.
Nothing to look at here.
He was probably done at that point. It's
Yeah.
like, you know what, this adventure's over.
Yeah. My chances with this lifeguard are now over. Let's leave.
I don't know. You made her laugh. I mean, sometimes that's the start right there.
I think the difference is laughing with you or laughing at you.
Yeah,
And she was definitely laughing at
Yes,
me.
yeah. When I was in high school, I used to be known for putting my fist in my mouth, and that was not a chick magnet either. Girls thought it was cool. They wanted to see it, but then they never wanted to talk to me after. I just thought I'd throw that in.
That was awesome because if you were to do that now, we wouldn't have a show.
Put my fist in my mouth? Yes. Okay.
Anyway.
Well, thank you. That's cool to now we share something with AJ that the world, now we know.
People have seen my
See your
butt.
bottom.
Yeah.
Yep. Awesome.
Well, thanks for sharing that.
Well,
That's awesome.
tell us a little bit, AJ, about your company and what you're doing, what you're creating out there, kind of the movement of B2 Linked.
The whole story was why you said man.
Yeah, what drove you there, and
when you were five. Whatever.
Yeah.
yeah,
So
just let us have it.
So I started at my last employer with 6 years of digital marketing experience. So I knew about search engine optimization and Facebook ads and Google ads and all that. So I went into this company, and on my very first day, I was talking to the CMO, and I was laying out all of these plans. And she said, "Okay, all that sounds great. Go ahead and execute it. But just so you know, we started a pilot using LinkedIn ads. So see what you can do." And I saluted her and said, "Yes, ma'am, absolutely." And I walked out of her office and went, "What is LinkedIn ads? I've never heard of this, and I've been doing this stuff for 6 years. I'm a veteran of digital marketing," which sounds silly to be 6 years of veteran in anything, but
It's true, though.
I was on my high horse. But I didn't want to look stupid to my new boss, so I went and jumped into the platform and started trying to figure things out. And 2 weeks later, one of my new sales guys came up to me and said, "Hey, AJ, we don't know what you're doing over here, but we're fighting over your leads. Keep it up." So I go and log into our CRM at the time to see what leads he's talking about, and I could see the source, and every one of them that he was talking about was dispositioned from LinkedIn. So I went, oh, this is not the only marketing channel I'm running, but it's the one that they're loving so much. I'm going to keep investing. So I kept investing. I eventually grew that to become LinkedIn's largest spending account worldwide. And
Wow.
then I got fired. So I've got,
Okay.
That's B for bad right there, baby.
He's doing really well. Is he? Heck,
Oh,
let's
man,
fire
he has
him.
grown us so much. Thank you so much. Goodbye. Wow.
So
Wow.
I got to go home and tell my wife with 3 kids and one on the way that I don't have a job anymore, which is, no matter how it happens, if it's a layoff, if there's a good reason, if there's a bad reason, if someone just hates you personally, no matter what the reason for being let go is, it still feels like the ultimate slap to the face.
Yes.
It hurt.
Yeah.
So I went and talked to my wife and said, hey, I've got this idea. I know more about LinkedIn advertising than anyone else on the planet. Every time I Google search, how do you do something? How do you do that on LinkedIn ads? No one's talking about it, writing about it, speaking about it. Maybe that could be me. She's like, I think the idea is cool, but we're pretty conservative, and that scares me. Like the whole idea of going out and starting your own business is scary.
That's a tough one.
Very scary.
Wives
So she-
My
involved.
wife's still recovering.
That's right. So she told me I'd feel a lot more comfortable if you went out and got some job offers. So I did. I went and got 4 job offers. 2 of them were for way more money than I'd ever made before. I was well into the 6 figures, and I was like, wow, this is incredible. And then, we're faithful people. We prayed about them and got very specific answers. It was like, nope, turn it down. Nope, turn it down. Through all 4 of them. And I was like, in desperation, what about this idea that I had? What about this idea of LinkedIn ads consulting? And I got, that's what you're supposed to be doing. Pursue it. So I call myself an unlikely entrepreneur because I was scared to death of doing it. I've never done anything like this before. But like I said, like in the intro, I never looked back. It's been one of the greatest things that's ever happened to me.
How long has that been?
That's been 4 years now. Just over 4 years.
4 years.
We said
I love hearing.
Yeah.
You hear so often about failures in business because it happens a lot. That's why I tell people to do side businesses, to learn, to get your feet wet. But it's so nice to hear a success story.
Yeah.
Because they are out there. And it was up to you. It was the fact that you put in the time to learn the product. And you did it while you were working.
Yes.
People can do that. You can do that. You can still have a job. And people have hobbies all the time. Why not have a hobby that might make you money?
And you don't have to be a dink like me and wait to get fired.
Well,
you can actually just build a business on the side and then transition over when it's making enough money to make it worthwhile.
Absolutely, yeah. I hear scary stories where people say, I'm going to quit my job. And it's just like, you know what? If you've got an idea, play with it. Let's verify that business idea. Get some momentum. Then quit your job. It scares me and I've heard it a lot. Oh man, I just quit, and I'm excited about this thing, and then 3-4 months later, 5 months later, they're Bobby, I got to make some money.
Yeah.
And my advice is always go get a job, dude.
It's so much harder to convince someone to give you money when you need it.
Exactly, so true.
No one wants to deal with a salesman who's desperate.
Yeah, nope. Which is so interesting because the more successful you are, then everybody wants to deal with
Yep.
you and work with you. But if you're just trying it, nobody wants to touch it.
And all the A-list celebrities that go into restaurants and have their meal comped for free,
Exactly.
they're the ones who can afford to pay for it.
Exactly. It's interesting that's how the world works, folks. So just focus on the good you do. That's all. Cool. This is cool. Ryan, what do you think? What's our next question?
You also mentioned you never did business before, and you wanted to make sure like you weren't going to be a Richard.
Oh, a jerk.
I like that story.
All right. So here's the thing is when you go and start a business and you don't have a whole lot of management experience, you kind of have to figure out being a boss. When I had to hire my first employee, which is also crazy scary, we can talk about like what the process is that goes into that. You guys
There's a
know.
learning curve there too.
Yeah.
I always thought I was trying to help people, and that's not the best way to look for your employees.
No, it's not. Plenty of people who need help.
Yeah. You probably need a fit. A good
Yeah, it's very true. So I got employees for the first time and went, okay, I don't have a management philosophy or anything. What do I do? How do I manage them? And I didn't really have an idea. So what I just said is, okay, just don't be a jerk. Don't be a Richard. And it's turned out pretty well. I'm definitely not the best boss in the world, but I try really hard to just give my employees the experience that I wish I would have had as an employee. And it's working out great.
That's a huge B4G.
Big time.
Absolutely. Just don't be a jerk. And the way I see it is you care about your employees. Care about them.
Yeah.
Like them. Love them. Even if, we can work with people that we don't necessarily like, but you can still love them. You can still have respect for them, and they know when you care about them.
That's right.
That right there, people would be so much better managers if they just cared about the people that they manage.
Yeah. And I'm learning other stuff along the way. I'm becoming a better boss, but just living by that guiding principle of just don't be a jerk.
Awesome.
Has been a good guiding principle.
Awesome. Well, that leads us into B4G. What does business for good mean to AJ Wilcox?
I think it comes down to just make the world a better place. I mean, we talked a little bit about when you're selling and you're desperate, how you're probably not going to make the sale because people don't want to deal with you. I think if you can get to the position with your business where you're not working and acting out of desperation, you're acting out of, my family's taken care of. Now I'm building something. I'm building something that's going to be
I
an
can
investment.
take care of these people, not just
Yeah.
find out how to make enough money to live myself.
Yeah, and it's a great place to be. I mean, I remember when I finally realized that we had more than we needed to live, and it was like, cool. Now I get to bless the lives of others, and it's really fun.
It gives you this ability to really do more. That's why we talk about B4G is not about nonprofit or not making any money, because the more money you make, the more good you can do.
Yes, that's right. It's really hard to bless the lives of others if you can't provide for yourself or your family.
Absolutely.
But when you're making enough that you can then start to spread that around, it's just a beautiful way to live.
Wow, this is great. These are I know we're becoming lead gen gods, but this is some pretty good, powerful stuff that people need to corely know if they're starting a business. Corely. Is that a new word?
It's like
Corely.
Corley. Craley.
In my Corley, I'm super Craley. Okay, I don't know. Anyway,
You're Corley. You're Craley.
I'm super Craley Corley.
Craley to the Corley.
Oh,
Craley to the
Craley
Corley.
to the Corley. See, that's what happens when you have a genius
That's right.
lead gen god on this show.
And you actively involved with the slave.
Oh, yeah.
Underground.
Yes. So we talked about cool causes.
Yeah.
The one that I absolutely love, like if I could just give all of my money to a charity, it would be Operation Underground Railroad.
Yeah.
So I know many of your listeners already know about that one, but it's freeing children from sex slavery. I mean, if you can imagine, just like
There's no bigger thing that we should be fighting against.
Yeah.
And
Ashton Kutcher, he's a big advocate for that.
Yeah. And I love it because, I mean, you're talking about real-time slavery. This isn't like something that happened years and years ago.
Right.
And like there's a black spot in our history. This is happening right now, and it's children. So anyway, big fan of that organization.
Yeah, super cool. And you said you had another thing that you're a part of, or what?
So one other thing that I'm part of is it's a nonprofit here in the state of Utah, and it's called the Utah Digital Marketing Collective.
Oh, that's
So
right.
So I love this one. I'm on the board of it because I was such a fan of it as an attendee. It's really inexpensive. It's like $150 a year to have every once a month. There's a meetup with 120 to 200 people. Dinner's provided. We bring in the best speaker from around the nation.
And I want to put a shout out. We went to the event last month, right?
Yeah, the podcasting one.
The
Yeah.
podcasting one, because it was about pod. I was like, yeah, you had two amazing speakers that knocked it out of the park. That gave some serious value. Not only, I mean, the whole reason we are no longer doing live was because of that.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That had an impact.
Yes, and I think we have a lot.
More momentum.
Yeah, more momentum, and it's not easier, but it's we can do a better job now than trying to hurry up and do everything live. We were
Something about going live. Everything gets kind of funky.
yeah.
Our nerves are
So
something.
anyway, I'm just a shout out to that organization that it was really cool. I'm not necessarily a digital marketer, but I'm probably going to sign up because the information there was so powerful. So thanks for talking about that one. How do they get a hold of that?
UtahDMC.org.
UtahDMC.org.
And of course, you got to be in the state of Utah to come and attend the events if you don't want to fly in. But yeah, and if you're not in the state of Utah, go check out and see if there's a digital marketing kind of organization where you're at, because it's great. If you're working in digital marketing and you're hoping to get all of the experience you need on the job, you're going to fall behind. But if you find some way to get experience on the side, an organization, a professional org like this is a great way.
You can't do stuff alone, and you can't learn by osmosis. I mean, connecting with other people, mentors that become mentors just because they're a step ahead. I mean, that stuff is super, super powerful. Everybody should go out there. I mean, we tout that a lot, that you should all be a part of groups and connect with people. So thank you for spreading that word. So what do you think, Ryan?
Yeah, we asked
Action item.
Action.
Ladies and gentlemen, action! Go! And action!
So once upon a time... Oh, well. No. Anyway.
Squirrel.
So, an action. What would you leave our listeners? Gosh, dang it.
Our guests. We got some guests, too. Yeah. What would we leave? What action item can you give yourself? No. And people listening.
All right, so here's what I would love to share with everyone is that I feel like I was very successful in starting my agency because I had a niche. And the saying, the riches are in the niches. I think that's absolutely true. I started the business, and within 5 months, I had recouped my salary from my previous company.
In 5 months?
In 5 months.
Wow.
Of course, that was the scariest 5 months of my life. But still, after 5 months, there are a lot of companies that aren't profitable by that point.
Oh, yeah.
And I still feel like I had skills in SEO and in Facebook ads. So if I would have gone and just started just another SEO agency or another Facebook ads agency, I still might not be solvent as a company. Yeah. But because I had a niche that no one else managed, and I mean, it was so narrow that I wondered if I could even support my family on it. But I found a niche that I can be known as. So people know me as the LinkedIn ads guy.
You are the LinkedIn guy. You guys know AJ? Who? The LinkedIn guy. Oh, yeah!
That's right. And so what I'd say is, if you're an entrepreneur, don't feel bad about going to work for someone else, because that's getting paid to be trained on something. What your job is go find the one thing that you can be the very best at in the world. And then if you're the best at something in the world, you can monetize that. Don't be afraid to work for the man for a little while.
Absolutely.
Love it.
Awesome. So cool. Ooh, that's good. That is good.
Action.
Awesome.
Listen to that, people.
Okay, wow, this has been a crazy cool day today. Thank you, AJ. I knew it was going to be awesome. I think you gave some very powerful tips that everybody can use. I mean, just I could listen to you all day, dude. And I have listened to you before. I mean, I've listened to you talk about LinkedIn and stuff, and it's a pleasure and a privilege, a pleasure
to the core
to be around you, AJ. Thanks for having the passion that you do and following that drive and creating something.
Well, and thank you guys for spreading the word and making business something that is for good. Because like you said at the beginning, we think that business for good is just the way that you are, but there are a lot of people who didn't get the memo.
It's so true.
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo.
Well, we're giving them the memo.
What? Business isn't about stabbing people in the backs? No, it's not.
No, it's not. You can make tons of money doing that, but you won't have many friends.
Yep. And that money is not going to last for very long.
No.
Your friends and your
You'll
network
lose.
Won't support you anymore after you've let them down.
Yep. There's a show out there my wife's been watching, but it's some documentary show, and it shows all these people that got really rich ripping people off, and they're all in jail. So it's like, yeah, that's cool. They made millions, and
now they're in jail.
No friends, but they have a cellmate.
Yeah, exactly. It's like,
It's not just a podcast, people.
It's a movement.
That's how we're leaving it lately.
I like it. Okay, folks. Any links and stuff that people can get a hold of AJ with?
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you have a question really about anything, I mean, hit me up about anything. But if you go to B2linked.com, the letter B, the number 2, and then the word linked.com.
B2linked.com.
B2linked.
Dirty little secret here. If you fill out the form at the bottom of the page to contact us, you're not going to be put in touch with a sales rep. You're not going to drop into a marketing automation workflow or anything. You'll come directly to my inbox, and I don't sell. So you ask any question, and I'm happy to answer.
Wow, that's cool.
That's a clean secret.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's dirty in marketing. Everyone in marketing says build a list and harangue people until they give you their money. But I'm not all about.
I love this guy. I love this guy.
It's B for G.
It is B4G.
And I remember hearing from somebody. He says, "When everybody's going this way, if you want to make a difference, you go that way."
It's true.
Yeah,
For sure.
so cool. All right, Ryan.
It's been a pleasure, my friend. Been looking forward to this episode for a while to meet with you again. Every time we go to a meeting or whatever and you're there, you just bring in a sparkle
You
to
light
the
up the
room.
room,
thank
dude.
you.
You really do. I mean, we're not just saying
No.
that. You really have an energy
Yeah.
that's contagious.
Yeah. Like,
Trust me, I know.
If you weren't flown all over the world, I'd like to hang out more.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm here in Utah for the next 3 months until my next speaking engagement. So
right.
let's hang.
Awesome. Okay, that's it. We're doing some lunches.
Sweet.
Because like a friend always used to say, you got to eat.
You got to eat.
That's
true.
Go eat with somebody else.
Especially someone cool.
Yeah, especially someone cool.
That's
Yeah.
right.
It does help to have
We
someone.
are working on a networking development on a luncheon thing called Pod Munchers.
Pod Munchers, yes, where we get podcasters together and go eat lunch.
Eat lunch.
This makes me happy because I am a huge fan of listening to podcasts through my ear
Yeah,
holes.
dude, it could be for fans too.
Yeah, why not? I mean, it could be anybody that likes podcasting.
Yeah.
Whether it's listeners, people that are interviewed on podcasts, podcasters themselves, because it's just we just love that whole community. The community is just so much fun because everybody is so passionate about their message. We all have, the podcasts are all completely different, but the message we all care about so much. And that it's cool to hang out with people that care about their message like that.
Amen.
Yeah.
Awesome.
We're going to keep talking, Ryan.
Okay.
And then we're going to run out of
Well, we better
audio.
not run out of audio. Yes, we've mastered the audio.
Yes.
The levelator.
The levelator.
Dude, that should be another affiliate, man.
It's out of business now.
Oh, what the?
It's an open source thing that I don't think is being used anymore. But it's
anyways.
being used still, but it's old.
So if you're doing podcasts, check out Levelator 2.
I think so.
Something?
Levelator
Open
2.
source.
It's
Anyways.
cool to level, as you may notice in the last few episodes, that our levels are a little more consistent. Another piece that we got from that podcast thing.
That's right.
He told me about that piece, the guy.
Oh, Justin
Yeah,
Shank.
because I talked to him after, and he was like, talked about Levelator. I'm like, oh, I'm going to do that. I've been throwing them in there. It's better.
Nice. Thanks, AJ, again. We appreciate it. We'll leave the show with the hashtag Be Good, Do Good 3 times. We get a little crazy on the 3rd.
We know the drill.
All right, hashtag Be Good, Do Good. Hashtag Be Good, Do Good. Hashtag Be Good, Do Good.
You rocked it, people!